You want to become the bull of senior Indian tennis.
Or you have just, Arish, thanks a lot. You have just taken the words from my mouth, I think. But for me, I have wanted Rafa name in my house.
Yeah, you wanted Rafa to be a part of your family.
Thank you for understanding my sentiments.
I think
But yeah, that's what
he has
me
made
and
it pretty clear that yeah, there are three goats, but number one goat is
So I will tell you,
Rafael
it may
Nadal.
be. So if anybody wants anything in Rafa, I will give you no RF, no jokers.
Nadal is superstitious, everybody knows. What are some of your superstitions when you watch him?
Do you also keep two bottles of before Nadal starts his match?
Don't expose me, yeah, guys. I'm in front of the camera. I won't lie.
Welcome to the new episode of Tennis Bytes. And today, it is a Nadal episode. What say, Adish?
Well, honestly, when you told me that we are going to meet a Nadal super fan, I wasn't very keen on that because I'm a Federer fan, and it is not exactly a great moment for me to meet a Nadal fan. But after you talked me up about him, and after listening to some of his stories, even I was curious to meet this guy. How can anybody have so much of undying love for Of course, Nadal is great, no doubt about that. But still, yeah.
So let's welcome the bull of Pune tennis, a senior ITF player himself, to the show today. Hi, Sunil.
Hi, Bhushan. Hi, Adish. I am so glad. Cannot tell you my feelings doing this as a Nadal fan. I'm very ecstatic when you called me up or when you related this thing to me. I mean, I was very ecstatic to do this with you.
So let me just start. Why Nadal? This is my first question.
Why Nadal? Okay.
What is it about him?
Honestly, Adish, for me, Nadal is intensity. Nadal is energy. For me, Nadal is evolvement of tennis through his topspin. I was very much attracted towards this guy when I started seeing him play. I used to watch matches, of course, but when I started seeing Nadal in 2005, 19-year-old, when he took the on debut, he won the first French Open. The flamboyant side of his was very much attractive to me. So, in fact, for me to start tennis, he was one of the figures that I would say honestly that I started with tennis as a senior in 2015, January exactly. Right. So this is the way, like Nadal, just he's on my mind always whenever I play tennis. Of course, his never give up attitude. Another thing to watch him for always. That's it. Of course, I will always not go against Mr. Roger Federer. As you said, I like Roger Federer. I like Djokovic. They cannot be compared. There are three simple, having very different games. But for me, Nadal is Nadal. Rafa.
I'm sure your love for Nadal only grows because of these two rivalries.
110%. The rivalry. Bhushan, it is said like champions are born in pairs. But here we see the trio. The goats, like all, I cannot see they are incomparable. People compare them, but they are incomparable because they have all three have a very different game. I will just describe the game in a one sentence or two sentences. Djokovic has a pretty baseline game. Nadal is all topspin, and Federer is a complete all-round game with the volleys, with the single and backhand, and approaching the net. So these three are very different in the game style. Also, we cannot be compared at all. And three are the legends for me for tennis, definitely. But topmost superseding is Mr.
Yeah, but
Rafa.
topmost is Nadal.
Rafa.
So I think
But yeah, that's what
he has
me and,
made it pretty clear that yeah, there are three goats, but number one goat is
So I will tell you,
Rafael
it may
Nadal.
be very disliking to some of them, but one more thing I will tell you. I have a little Lhasa pet dog in my house. So when I got him, the only name I could think was Rafa for him. So this is the length, and he is like my youngest son. He is my family member. We complete family love him like a member only. That he's a very cute dog. I have pictures all over him. So I'm really sorry if I'm hurting some fan, but for me, I wanted Rafa name in my house.
Yeah, you wanted Rafa to be a part of your family.
Thank you for understanding my sentiments. So Rafa is for me is something different.
So you mentioned going at length to really make sure that you are a Rafa fan, make that you are a big Rafa fan. So talking about going at length, I also see a very, very fascinating collection of Nadal merchandise. Can you talk us through that?
Oh my God. How to relate everything. From the time I've started playing tennis, and since I was always a Nadal fan, so whenever one of my friends or anybody going abroad, see, actually in India we are not getting this Rafa merchandise at all because Nike has totally stopped tennis apparels and tennis shoes in India as their sales policy. I do not want to know why and all, but for this, I was always feeling sad. So somebody, anybody of my friends or anybody relatives who's going to US or UK, the only thing I request him or just beg him to get me a one pair of shoes or a cap or anything like. I will order myself and then you can just have to get it from. So this is all the years I've been ordering some or the other thing for Rafa, from our Rafa collection. But now, fortunately, my daughter herself is in UK studying masters in architecture. So now it's not a problem. So last month only, couple of months back only, I ordered some good shots from Rafa collection. So if anybody wants anything in Rafa, I will give you no RF, no jokers.
And for our viewers, we will also give it for free.
Yes. As long as the viewer is a Rafa fan.
Yes, Rafa fans always.
Okay, so I just want to ask you, is there any particular match or moment you remember when you actually started following Rafa? Or you became a fan of his, or you felt like the intensity and the passion that you talked about, that you could see on the television, that okay, my God, this guy has got, you know.
Adish and Bhushan, I would like to say one match or two match doesn't make anybody a Rafa fan or a RF fan or a Juko fan. It is through the years that I've been following him and the way he plays, the way he gets intensity on the court is worth watching. He's why he's known as bull on the court is some reason for it because he's never stoppable. His energy levels are the same from start to the last point. And the intensity he gets, never give up point. Each point is like the last point he's playing. So that is the attitude I've ever loved in his matches. So it will not be a first match or any match. It is in every match. So there's no stopping for me to become his fan. So I've been following his game. I've been trying to emulate him. But unfortunately, I'm a right-hander. And I would have loved to be a left-hander. But like, it's not something you say, it's not in my hands. So this is where I am feeling
Yeah.
let down by whatever natural some. But I really love the way, and I of course my also game I'm trying to build on him by playing top spins more. Honestly telling you, I play more of top spin. Yes, that's it.
I think you have been playing ITFs even abroad quite lately, right? You are enjoying that phase?
Oh my God, God bless you. Honestly, Bhushan, this is like living a player's life. Honestly, if anybody wants to give some time for tennis, playing ITF or playing any kind of, even the ISTA or the GISTA circuit in India or the ITF circuit in Indian is a very good circuit. Is a very good circuit, and you just get a feeling of a player's, you are living a player's life actually. Traveling, then looking out for draws, then it's like a back to school feeling, like you're staying at the same hotels, where there is from breakfast to lunch to dinner with your friends and your competitors and everything. So it's a different feeling altogether. Like you're coming back in as a senior, it's like coming back into your young old college days or the school days. You will see like hostel life. Oh my God, this is the one thing I cannot tell you how beautiful has happened to me in my life. I would like to keep playing. I am traveling every year at least one international ITF. Last year I had been to Turkey, where I enjoyed a lot. I played some mixed doubles with some one Swiss partners, and the other one female was from Latvia. Both I played mixed doubles with Barbara from Switzerland, and Iga something from Latvia. I lost both in the semis, both mixed doubles. I lost doubles in the semis. Singles, I made it to the semi-final again, lost in the semi-final. So this was my Turkey. I play for 50 plus category ITF, and I am carrying a huge aspiration to get into the team India. Maybe someday it will happen, but I will not give up until I achieve this. It's my dream to play for India for 50 plus category.
You want to become the bull of senior Indian tennis.
God, you have just, Arish, thanks a lot. You have just taken the words from my mouth, I think. Thank you, thank you. I would love to be known to be the bull of Indian tennis. It takes me to another levels.
I think his involvement also encourages a lot of other people,
Yeah.
and not only just encourages, he also himself tries to encourage a lot.
Yeah.
Lot, but Bhushan, honestly, the tennis fraternity is such good friends and people around. Like nobody will ever like to say no to anyone. Everybody is going from any limits to cross to any limits to help anybody. Our tennis fraternity, India, at the level of India and international, I've seen very good people, very good. It's like you develop personality. Personality is also developing playing tennis. The personality is being achieved by playing tennis. You learn to be calm. You learn to be. I mean, tennis has taught me a lot, at least, honestly, Bhushan and Adish. So I love to play tennis a lot. I hope God blesses me with playing tennis until.
Yes. Okay. So coming back to Nadal, any one match you remember that literally broke your heart, a close match that you think Nadal should have won, or you almost thought, okay, now this Grand Slam is in, now this is done.
Adish, there are a couple of matches, or maybe 3, 4 matches, which may have made me almost cry or broken my heart. But the most one, the bigger one, and the worst one for me was 2017 finals, Australian Open.
Yeah, Federer.
Federer final. He was facing Roger Federer. 2 sets all. Fifth set, leading 3-1. Couldn't see him lose from there. Honestly, that one matches still brings those goosebumps to my. I cannot just forget. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that was a good.
I am sorry, Roger fans, but it broke my heart.
But that was a very good moment in terms of overall tennis, where Djokovic was dominating, and these two guys returned from injury.
Agreed. 100% agreed. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nobody expected a Federer Rafa final.
That
In
was, and it was a
2017.
return of Federer, and it
Yeah.
was Federer was returning from a lapse of 6 months for the Australian Open, completely rested for the knee injury. He came back after 6 months just for the Australian Open.
When Nadal was out of the top 8 for the first time.
So that's what I was going to say. There was
So
a
both of them
completely
coming
different
from the
scene.
injuries or whatever recovery period, played immaculately well to reach the finals. And the finals, what all viewers final, it was a public final. It was, man, one finals I could never forget. And my heart was broken because of Rafa losing that. I am not an anti RF fan. I love RF. I love Roger. My God, I cannot say anything. But Rafa is Rafa.
Okay, so the exact reverse of this. Do you remember a match which went very close, and you probably didn't think that Nadal is going to make it, but he made it anyway. Be not just any Grand Slam or anything like that, or a final also, not necessarily.
Any match.
Any match.
Down 2 sets against Medvedev.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, now this was
Again, Australian.
again Australian Open. Yes, 2022.
Last year. I think.
2022, down 2 sets. Nadal, unimaginable game. What a fighter! What a player! He just keeps growing on you. He just keeps growing on you. At least he keeps growing on me every time. I'm really honest to say about this. The way he came back that match also, and way he won the finals, there was something to see, something to learn. Never give up, never give up, never give up.
Now, I remember at one point the current trends where they show the machine learning algorithm calculating the winning probability. And it was, I think, Medvedev was probably 91 or 92%, Nadal was 7-8%.
Oh,
When it was 2 sets to love down, and Nadal managed to win against all the odds.
okay, good.
So as you said, yeah, a total never give up attitude, and what a comeback that.
Comeback match. I cannot never forget that match. These 2 matches against the Roger he lost, and he once again Medvedev 22 and 17 are the 2 matches in my mind always. Of course, the French Open, the first match on debut, winning the French Open, that was another one. But as I said, not even 1 or 2 matches make you a fan. It is through the period you go through and seeing the players. So Nadal fans, and so Rafa, love you.
On a lighter note, have you ever met other Nadal fans or Rafa fans, and what was your interaction?
I will relate an incident to you. I was playing this UATL matches in Mumbai circuit. There's a UATL matches going on in. I used to play in 2019 and 20. Lots of UATL matches. My friend Amit Shinde organizes it, and there I met a person. There I met a player who said I've converted to left-hander just because of being, because I love because of the love of Rafa. oh my God, I thought I was the biggest fan, but he totally swiped me. I mean, I thought there are much bigger fans than me. I'm nothing. So he has started playing left-handed just to impersonate Nadal. Oh my God.
Did you try something like that?
Nah, nah. Nahi, Adish. Honestly, I haven't tried. I never tried this. I would have loved to be a lefty because I know the advantages left-hander carries. But this is not impossible with me, at least. Cannot change.
No, the left-hander carries advantage, but he won't
I
have
will
to be
not be
that.
able to go back to left-hander
Yeah,
and roller.
he wants to be a left-hander because of
Because
Nadal,
of Nadal,
not
yeah.
because of the
Yeah.
advantages.
Maybe Nadal became a left-handed because of the left-hander.
Yes, the point. Actually, I don't know how many people know. What do you call that? What ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous.
Actually, Rafa is ambidextrous. He is writing with the right hands. He's a right-handed actually. His game is naturally. I don't know why he's playing left-handed, but actually, why the biggest fact about him is he is writing right-handedly, and he's doing lots of things with the right hand. So that's also another thing to add to his. And another thing I would just add to this guy, I cannot say him a guy, he's my biggest, he's my almost, biggest idol, I'll say. I will never, the way he carries himself and way he plays the matches with that intensity in spite of carrying lots and lots of injuries, yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Lots, man.
He
How
must
can
be the most injured player on the tour,
I
for
cannot
sure.
tell you, sir. This is the bad luck side of his. I don't know from where he gets to it. He's injury prone, or maybe what. But sometimes his knee is injured. Sometimes even the abs muscle last time injured, and he had to retire in the semis. And that was very heartbreaking again. He comes, and I will tell you one incident against this US guy at the Wimbledon 2000, of late only Wimbledon, where he said, I just heard this on the YouTube, where his doctor in the final or in the semis or the quarters, wherever, where gave him injections in the feet and made his foot asleep.
Yeah.
And that was very shocking to hear that he said, my foot was asleep to play the match. I mean, so many injuries, and then you come out winning. Of course, it is very much.
Yeah, and talking about injuries, really, a lot of guys really said that Nadal won't have a long career.
Yes, because of
his
the type
game,
of game he
because
plays.
of the
Because of the game
injuries.
he
Yeah.
carries, because of it's very injury prone game he has developed. If you see it's like you saw what is called that book game, perfect book game. His left hand forehand swing is complete. Book boy or whatever you call him. Technically very sound.
Yeah, but he has been playing for 20 years, so I think he has done fine about the longevity.
Being 36 and 19, so he's been playing since 18 years.
Yeah, one more thing I wanted to ask. Nadal is superstitious, everybody knows. What are some of your superstitions when you watch him?
Do you also keep 2 bottles of before Nadal starts his match?
Don't expose me, guys. I'm in front of the camera. I won't lie. But I'm not saying that I carry the same superstitious, but I'm superstitious a little bit. Whenever while playing a match, if my bag is open, I won't close it. If the bag is closed, I won't open it. Or if my napkin or the towel is lying somewhere and I'm doing good, so I won't remove it from there. So these are little things like just keep me going. Like, I am superstitious about. That's it.
Yeah, keeps you.
He probably has a
Yeah.
good hand in
That
Nadal's.
keeps him
Yeah.
going, keeps him going.
No.
And keeps
Nadal's
going.
Nadal's success. He does have something to do with Nadal's success because of all the bags that have been left opened or something like that.
Little bits I have those things like a banana peel. I will not keep the banana there only. Some things, little things I'm just following, and I've become superstitious as I'm playing more and more.
Okay, and one more thing, I want to talk about mainly the two rivalries that have shaped Nadal. Yeah, sure.
Please.
The two rivalries that have shaped or been a big part of Nadal's life. Of course, one is Federal, the Federer-Nadal rivalry, and of course, it is Nadal-Djokovic. So, which one do you prefer? I'm almost sure you prefer the Federer one, sadly, but
Joe, again, Adish, as I said, first of all, all three are the legends. All three can be called goats in their own eras or the same era, whatever you say. But the three have a different game. I explained you. One has a topspin total game, while the other has a baseline game. Yeah, and the third, Roger Federer, like he has his own all-round game of volleys and approach volleys, and of course forehand and single hand backhand. So all three are different in their own way. But the rivalry, if you say, I'm sorry, Roger fans, again, the rivalry head-to-head between Roger and Rafa is one-sided. Roger taking it around 13 to 24? 24 to 16, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, but 24-16, 8 matches head-to-head is a big thing in this open era. And rivalry with Djokovic,
Is neck to
almost
neck.
27, 28?
Yeah, neck to neck.
Neck to neck?
Yeah, one match here.
One match, I think Djokovic has an
Of course,
advantage.
yeah. So again, rivalry cannot be compared, but they, as it is always said, Bhushan and Adish, you will see champions are born in pairs. They are made to be, train against each other or do whatever. They see cameras, they see videos. So they are made to train against each other, how to conquer each other's game. So this is where like it is a great game, again great rivalry with, if you see, they are very good friends on court. If you see Roger and Nadal playing doubles and that world team event, Lever Cup? Oh my God, what friendship to see. I had tears in my eyes. All three legends. Rafael had tears, even Roger was crying. I mean, their biggest rivalry and they are having such a good friendship. The beauty of the game, man, Bhushan. I cannot just elaborate more on it here. I don't want to be seen as rivals at least. But they have brought tennis to a different level of the game. Another thing I will add to it, I'm sorry I'm talking, I don't know. But if you take out these 2 or 3 players out of this fraternity now, or Djokovic will be there around 3-4 years more or maybe more, God bless him. But I cannot see, I'm very sad to say about Rafa, though I would like to make, like Rafa to continue. Rafa, please for the viewership's sake, please for us fans, do continue. If you can, of course, if you're well enough to continue, but I would love for Rafa to continue as well as Federer has retired or whatever. After this retirement of all three, I'm thinking about the commercial side of the tennis, the viewership, the merchandise. Oh, guys, they're running all this on their own. Ask Nike. What will be their sales tennis sales if the Rafa is out of the circuit? I mean, I thought of this, like, if you cannot get a Rafa cap or a Rafa shoe in India, or even an RF or a thing in India, then it might be so much that the sales is so high. And what would be a center court without Rafa and Roger or Djokovic? How would a center court be? A silent one. Of course, I would be pleased to see the young generation or the next generation come up, but still, I cannot see in big, not promising things.
They are not there yet. Still, Rafa needs to come back. Rafa, we need you to come back.
Rafa, will you, yes, come back at least one more French Open. I will try my best to be at this, to come and watch this matches of yours at French Open in France, Paris, Roland Garros. If you are only playing, I would try my best to be there. Please, for the viewership's sake, we would like you to be there for the French Open. One more French Open. 15.
So hope we see you at the French Open and hope you get to see Nadal at the French Open.
If Nadal is there, I would surely travel for this Roland Garros. I would love to travel to Roland Garros.
So I think that's a good way or a good point to end this episode. It was so much fun talking to Sunil, such a passionate fan and obviously an amazing ambassador of the game from a tennis fraternity perspective.